Hi folks, time once again to do some daily targets from the past. These are from October 20th, 21st, and 22nd, 2023. Let's get right to it. Alright, so I feel like the only way I would approach this one is with all backgrounds. To me, this is so clearly several linear gradients that I have trouble seeing other ways to do it. Obviously, you could create elements and rotate them, but the linear gradient aspect of it, of what I see here, just stands out so much. And we start at that yellow and we go to the orange, and then we're going to be a transparent bit that will be covered in the future in lower levels of the design, and then we end with that color. All right, so how do we rotate it? Well, we need to set an angle, 40 degrees or something. Is it a full 45? I kind of don't believe it is, but oh, it's hard to not see that feels pretty correct. How about 19, 20, 21, 20? How about 19.5, 6.7? That looks pretty good. And just my standard technique of setting the 0 stop on the next one. That will prevent any of the other colors from bleeding through. Oh no, that's not true. It'll keep this one from bleeding through, except for exactly what we do. So let's see, 25, 30, 36, 37, 38, 39. How about 40? All right, maybe it's 40. Let's set 0, and then let's guess at 60%. Boy, that looks pretty good. And then we'll set this at 80% and 0. A little line there, which makes sense. We've got that 19.7. So how about 79.3? Oh, or 80.3. Okay. Well, that's the first one. So if those numbers are accurate for the other size, we can eliminate the orange, or eliminate the dark orange, change the angle, and get some of that. All right, so we had 40 and 60. So is this 40? Let's find out. 40. Oh, that's close. That sure is close. So then that middle color is not the lighter orange. Instead, it's the brown. Close. We probably have to adjust those 40 and 60%. Probably. But let's find out. 99.9%. So indeed, we do need to adjust those numbers. How about 1? How about 39 point? We're going to adjust each one of these numbers. 39.78, 9, 39.9. Ridiculous. And we'll just, because we might have solved both of them. Let's do that. Okay, and then this one. That's 2, 3, 78. Oh, that's not the one we want to fix. Hilarious. This one, isn't it? 60.1. Okay, so then that's 60.1, which would be complementary. That would be 39.9. 100 minus 39.9. So let's submit that. Did we do it? Did we get it? 2 linear gradients to get this complex shape, and we did. So it's unit replace. We don't have any units that I can remember doing other than percentages and degrees, so no trouble. Done. Next, This is such a cute one. Because this looks like it's overlaying this, right? It just does. That makes me think, oh, for giggles, do we want to do giggles? I don't know if we want to do giggles. I may not have the energy to do giggles, because we could do a conic gradient. At, I'm going to guess this is like 100 pixels, 100 pixels. This color in the background to white. And then move that over and, you know, move that into position. 130, 40, 50. Sure. And there it is. Like, so that's that. So if we did the right radial gradient with the right numbers, so as a circle at 50%, 100%, so that's a circle originating at the bottom center with this color, with this dark, okay, and transparent, almost. Okay, so it's actually not at 100%, is it? It's at like 125% or something. 20%. Ooh, maybe percentages are not the right unit. How about 100 pixels? 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's not use percentages. Clearly, that's no good. 200, 300, 400, 350. There it is. So if this were transparent, had transparency, by adding another number there. So you could do that, kind of, which is cute. But it's not going to get us a match because it's just slightly different, right? So if we adjusted the transparency, and the issue is that the transparency doesn't just apply to here, it applies to here, which means we would need a more intense version of this color to start with. So we need a darker color generally, probably proportionally to the rest of it. However, is there a way to fake this? Is there a technique to trim this? Or is this just all, you know, this is all completely unusable code for our purposes here in a CSS battle? Because, I mean, we could do color mix mode, right? We could do mix blend mode, I believe. But that doesn't help us because we're all on the same layer. So mix blend mode is not going to help us get it done. So I think what we need to do, can we use what we currently have? Yes, I think we can. So let's commit to doing that. And the way to do that is we need another linear gradient that just occupies this space but has the values, the same values that are going on here. So this circle at 50%, 35%. So let's undo our little cleverness, and then let's do this same circle, and we're going to use this color. And then we need to move it over, don't we? We need to move that guy over by 150 pixels and 100 pixels down. And the size has to be 100 by 100. And it has to be no repeat. Now, where is that? Good question. We're about to find out. I don't believe this app value lets us see it based on the sizing of this. So it's at 50%, 350. So instead of that, it's another 100 away. So there, now you can see it. 42, there it is. So that's very similar. Kind of hard to see. Like, did you just do that? And worse. Okay. Whoops. I do want to show you this. Okay, I'm going to cut that. So that's that, just that chunk. So that's code that's describing the same circle, but narrowed by position. Like and that's actually, it's not showing us, but it's 100. It's still the same 100 pixel by 100 pixel business. And the question is, like, at that point, do we need the conic gradient? I would say probably not. In fact, what we need instead is to put the white here, and then here we're going to put this color, this lighter blue. So then that's two conic gradients. So we've got, there's the conic gradient, and you can't see the white, but it's 100 pixels by 100 pixels. And we can't tolerate any repeat there, right? We do a repeat in either direction, we get to see stuff that we don't want to see. All right, so then we're done. We're done. A lot of hemming and hawing, a lot of different ins and outs, and really clever. But for me, a layout like this could be really interesting if you have a background that sort of shows through and yet still allows a minimum of contrast. You could have text in that box, right, and use this background and have, basically, your text is rising over a globe or something, right? That's kind of an interesting, fun way to think of it. But with more subtle contrast, you can do really nice effects, really nice effects. I also think that the circle becomes not optional on this size, because our background is a square for that radial gradient. Oh, no, wrong. We do need the circle keyword. Why? Oh, because it's obeying, because we're not at 0, 0, I guess. I have to think that through a little bit. But still, that's fine. All right. Let's submit. Are there more optimizations we can make? Oh, I think 25% also will be legal wide. This would be 33%, and that's just less trustworthy. But we can shave off a few more characters. That's cool. All right, I will stop there. That's a fun one, super fun one. All right, and then last we got this weird H. What is this weird H? Let's go with a blank template with a border on the element. Border. This is 30 pixels, 30 not XP, PX solid, and then the blue, great, and then that, great. No, not great. We need purple on the body. Yes, we need purple on the body. We don't need that background, but we are going to need a background. All right, so let's put our margins here, and then adjust those numbers. 61, 62, great. 3, 4, 5, 6, great. 110, 120. Okay, so how do we do that look? Guess what I see? It's a conic gradient. Okay. Background. Conic gradient. And I'm going to put that I think that it's going to adhere to this 30, this 0, 30 pixels, and then it's 100 pixels, 100 pixels, and that conic gradient is transparent, 75%, and then a blue. So you can see it kind of working there. Let's do a no repeat. And then rather than transparent, we'll put black in there because we want to be able to see what the heck we're doing here. So we want the width of this to be exactly that wide. So we need to be a little wider, 110, 20, 115, and then a little taller as well. Let's see, so that black, oh no, I think that's fine. Are we too tall? 90, 80, there it is. Okay, so we need an at to center that, at 50 pixels, just an arbitrary number. So down 6, over 6, 7, 8, 85. All right, now let's replace this with real colors. Oh, and we need to be a little taller. 90. We remove the repeat and the blue should line up. That's great. And that black can now be transparent. And I believe that's going to be a match. Let's find out if it's a match. Single element, unit replace, minify, nip and tuck a few of the characters there. See if there are other optimizations we can make. I don't think so. I think we've got all the ones that are gimmies. There are other kinds of tunings you can do once you get a little bit more advanced at this. This is, I would call this middle to high middle. I'm basically like a B student at CSS Battle, I would say. B plus maybe, B minus. It doesn't matter. Anyway, this was fun. Great sequence of targets here from October of 2023. Super fun to do. Go do some CSS. Make something cool with CSS today. Have a great day. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.